My name is Robert Russell. I'm a student in the Engineering Class 101, Intro to Engineering 101 with Professor Gifford. For this semester, our class broke down into teams, and each team had to design and build their own project. This included coming up with the idea. Our team designed and built a steam-powered boat. Hopefully you've seen my other videos that explain the boat and some of the other things about it. This is not about the boat. This is about the tools and the workshop that I used. And this is a documentary of sorts geared to why the class needs a laboratory with tools and parts. So I'm going to show you around my personal workshop where we built the boat and tested the boat. So I used this pool that my dogs like to play in. I used a camera on a tripod. I used a ladder at times. This, what looks like a table, is a cabinet I'm working on for my wife. The big hole is for the sink. It's just a convenient place to hold things at the moment. Portable stools are nice. What I really want to start with is compressed air. Every shop needs compressed air for a variety of reasons. They run tools, and in my case, I used it to clean the filings and tailings out of the pipe I was working with on the boat project. Every room in my shop is plumbed for air with quick release fittings. This particular workshop has 5 quick release fittings. Here's one right here at what I thought would be a convenient place. Try not to trip over the race car. Every shop needs a shop vacuum, a broom, and over here we have a bathroom. Every shop needs access to a bathroom, even if it's only nearby. That's me in the mirror. Every shop needs a sturdy workbench with a vise. This particular vise has a place for an anvil, pipe jaws down here. The flat jaws are easily removable and replaceable with soft jaws for working on delicate items. Every shop needs water and a sink. I'm still building my shop, so I don't have running water, but I do have a counter I made and the sink. I made the bench too, by the way. I've used common hand tools, scissors, pliers, flush cutters for small gauge wire, a box knife, pencils, paper towels, disposable gloves. I used these rules, vernier calipers, clamps. This is a medium-sized pipe bender. This is a small pipe bender of the same style. I used those to shape the heating coil. This is a very small pipe cutter that I used. I used that to trim the ends. To clean up the ends, I used these small files. One's flat, the other's half round. I also used these chamfering tools to help clean up the inside of holes. I used these pilot drills. These are bits for my Dremel. This is an abrasive cutting bit that I used to modify the boat hull. And these are rotary files that I used and also used Electric drills are indispensable. Okay, that's pretty much the standard tools. Let me show you the special tools I made for this project. This is a flapper valve that I made. I use that so that I can monitor the thrust coming out of the heating coil. I made this out of some tin that was laying around, some 20 or 22 gauge wire I had. The black flap itself is heat shrink, very large diameter heat shrink that I didn't shrink and I trimmed to fit. This is my Dremel. The bit goes in the end here. This is a special tool that I made. That I built it in the using my table saw to cut the angle, and then the bandsaw in conjunction with the drill press. You never can get back far enough. We used this special tool so we could drill angled holes through the transom, and then the heating coil fits through the transom, and that provided the angle we needed. Using cereal boxes, I like the paste board from cereal boxes. It comes in handy. We made a prototype boat. The blue masking tape is quite expensive, by the way. We never did develop this particular prototype. We considered it. We were gifted with a wood boat that you saw at the beginning of this that met our needs, so we went with that. Cigarette lighter. What else did I make for this project? I think that's it. For my wife's sewing supply, I got this green felt, this pink webbing, cotton webbing to make wicks. This is store-bought wick. I use Q-tips, toothpicks, round cotton that I cut up to make wicks. This thin plastic I use to make rudders. Of course, I use tea candles, as you already know. I used a variety of drill bits. Certainly not all of these, only about 4 or 5. I did not use the arc welder, nor did I use the lathe. Every shop needs a big door to bring large things in and out. What I did not have access to that I really wanted for this project would have been a pyrometer, so I could measure the heat of the flame. I didn't bother to calculate my heating needs because I knew I couldn't actually measure my heat to determine how close I was. So I just had to kind of guess at it and wait until it worked. I was amazed at how sensitive the flash boiler was to the heat. I use the radio when no one else is here. What else I wanted was a drafting board. I don't mean a CAD program on my computer. I mean a drafting table with squares and the whole bit. I like doing things the old-fashioned way with pen and paper. I think that's about it. One of our problems that we had difficulty with was having a common location the school is the common location, not where each individual lives. And so my house was not necessarily convenient for every member of the group. We did have the ability to work when school was closed, but not everybody could make it here because of the commute. So, hopefully I've expressed some of the things that we need and some of the reasons that we need the tools in the workshop to go along with the engineering class. So thank you for watching this video, and hopefully we'll get a laboratory for the future classes.